This is the gateway drug of magic
It's perfect
podcasts.
for me because, I think that we should, all of us, magician, we should be beginners. Because when we start thinking that we are professionals, that is where we begin to suck.
Welcome to the Magician's Workshop, the magic podcast for everyone, amateur, pro, or just magic curious. I'm your host, Dr. Todd, and we have a super special guest today. Alexandra Duvivier is an award-winning French magician, teacher, and trailblazer in the world of magic. The daughter of the legendary magician Dominique Duvivier, sorry, my words are terrible. She's carved out her own powerful identity, winning the prestigious Mandrake d'Or, becoming the first French woman to fool Penn Teller, and performing for world-class brands and audiences around the globe. She's also a hand double in film, which is one of my favorite things I've learned about you. You co-run Les Double Fonds, France's oldest magic venue, and helps lead Double Fond Formation, the country's first government-recognized diploma program in magic. Alexandra continues to inspire, innovate, and elevate magic as both an art and a discipline, and we are very lucky to get her to talk with her. Coming all the way from France, welcome to the show, Alexandra Duvivier.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. What an intro.
I know, and again, thanks to Ben Barnes for putting us. How do you know Ben Barnes? Well, you guys all know everybody, but
I know Ben because he kindly invited me to the Magic Lounge a few years ago now, and we stayed in contact, and we are very good friends.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna start at the beginning. What's your first memory of magic? Take me through it.
Okay. So my first memory of magic is that I went to FISM. What is a FISM? It's a convention held every 3 years, which is kind of the international, Olympics of magic that is held in different cities in the world. And that year, in 1988, it was held in Holland, in Den Haag. My dad was booked for this convention by Richard Ross. Richard Ross, who is a FISM winner, a huge magician in our craft, a huge personality, so nice, so creative. And he booked my dad. My dad is doing his thing in front of 700 people, tier seat like that. And after his last trick, the climax, as we say in our field, he produced the fourth cup because the whole routine is done with only 3. And to the surprise of everybody, fourth one appeared and everybody stood. And I was blown away by that because I just realized that magic can give you so much emotion like that. So I was blown away. And the second thing that really convinced me to begin doing magic, even if I knew my dad was a magician for a long time, because I saw my dad all my life practicing, inventing, creating magic, is to see Lisa Mena, magician, American, who happens to be a lady in magic, which is in those days, 2% of women were in this field. Now it's more 4-5%. So it's evolving slowly, but for sure. So that's very cool. But still, at that time, the only woman I saw was Tina Lennart. And if you don't know Tina Lennart's act, you should see her act with the comb. It's the broom. She's on stage and she has a broom making the broom alive. It's pure magic. It's her.
Wait, I think I saw that act in a Nickelodeon special, a Halloween special with Lance Burton.
Oh, wait.
I'm pretty sure that was her. So that's believe it or not, that's one of my first memories of magic. That's one of my is seeing her do it where she does the hand and she has like this oh my God, that was so amazing. And she was
I'm
honestly
looking for the name of it.
It was with Mark Summers.
Yeah. But it combines mime and magic, but it has a name. It's the Mop Man.
Oh, wow.
Act. And that's pure magic. It's amazing. It's a dream. So Mop Man and Lisa Mena. Lisa Mena, she is a lady. She's still, active. She has now a very, very powerful and deep and needed task. She has cause to wonder. She goes to Africa and African countries like that and say that you have to treat women good and not kill them or just do
Yeah, the
things that
mutilation. Yeah.
exactly. Thank you. So she is more than needed, you know. So back in 1988, I saw her, and she was not the assistant of anybody. She was herself on stage doing close up. She was doing quick change in close up situation that was unique. I've never
Mm.
seen that. She was doing, you know, a card selected, found in her high heel, stuck in the high heel. So very feminine, but without saying, you know, I'm a woman.
Hmm.
So I was blown away by that. So those two things combined just convinced me when I was 15 years old to say to myself, I'm going to do that.
That's amazing.
So thanks to a convention in a way, because, you know, my dad, I saw him all the time doing magic, but I was not, you know, what I perceive as a child is that he was working, but, you know, he was working, but he was having fun creating with all these cards and all these. I'm saying watching here because I have
Hmm.
the same bunch of things around my desk. So I just felt that you can work and having a passion and having fun while working and not being going, you know, to do the same stuff all over again every day. So I think that really built my um, nature character. I don't know how you said that, but still
Yeah.
that has really, like, you know, when you take a tea bag and you infuse it in the water,
Yeah.
it melts and it's part of me. And in 1988, I just said to my dad, okay, I want to do magic and just show me tricks. Before that, I kept asking him, please show me a trick, but he never showed me a trick because he didn't want me to just do as he was doing. He couldn't stand, you know, if I was just doing magic as a hobby. He cares so much about magic. He thinks that magic is the highest piece of art. So he wouldn't have stand that if I was just doing 1 year magic and after quit and do something else.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
And after
Yeah.
we worked together and we worked as a duo and we did shows together as a duo. We have 4 different shows, 1 hour and a half different, and we worked
Wow.
as a duo for until now. Let me show you. I have a picture somewhere.
Yes. Oh, wow. I
So the
love
Double
that.
Fond, that's the theater he has created in 1988, and that's my daddy over here, and that's me.
Oh, that's amazing. I can appreciate that because my dad was also a dentist and I became a dentist because he was a dentist, and then I started working with him in 2000. I was his dental assistant in 2000. In 2009 I became a dentist and I worked with him for 10 years. He retired in 2017 and he still fixes up the office, the build. It's very rewarding to work with your parents. It just is, it's there's nothing
Absolutely.
like it.
When you have the luxury, the luck to just get along with your family, your dad or your mom or
Mhm.
both, it's wonderful to just grow together. They don't grow because they are getting older, but we
Mhm.
grow together. And working with me, you know, he had his one-man shows for as long as the Double Fond was created, so 37 years. And after a while, he wanted to find someone to fit, but he wanted
Mhm.
to do a duo because he thought, and I think he's right, that we can do so much more things when you are two and not only one. And he has done several artists, tried some duos, and finally say, okay, I'm going to do a duo with you, and I'm not going to do any more one-man shows, and I will only be on stage with you.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Did you find, because I found for me working with my father helped me become better faster because
Of course.
you're such a, so did you find that like accelerated your training and your
Absolutely.
learning?
Yeah, it exhilarates, and also it was harder because I don't know in your field, but in mine, at least, you know, people were expecting me more. They were expecting me more of me because I was the daughter of
Hmm.
Dominique Duvivier, who is really well known in the craft of magic. So it was harder for me, but it was, I'm a pretty positive person, and I prefer to see that as a good thing as compared to a bad thing. So I worked more than the others to just reach a certain, I don't know what, but level, just not to disappoint or to be as good as what people were thinking. And I don't know what they were thinking, but you see.
But also doesn't you guys also have the world's oldest magic shop.
Wait.
So I guess did you find yourself working there a lot or doing a lot of behind the
Yeah,
counter
sure.
stuff? So
That's how I did my studies in a way. I went to this shop. I'm looking for you the picture of the shop.
yes,
It's right here.
I
So this is
love that.
Mayette Magie. It's right here at the corner of two streets, and it is the oldest magic shop in the world,
Crazy.
1808.
What were they? What magic were they selling in 1808?
Alors first, they were starting by, a partition of songs because everybody was singing in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So they were doing that. And after jokes, when you say, take a gum and it's electrified.
Oh, cool.
I
Okay,
don't know
yeah.
how you call that, but
Pranks.
pranks. Oh, okay, great. Pranks and some magic tricks, just a few. And then it was the contrary, the reverse, and so on. So, yeah. And my dad, when he was 8 years old, he was going into that shop, in Mayette's shop, to buy his own first tricks. So, it's a
So cool.
circle. It's a great story.
That
And
is
yes, of course,
fantastic.
the expertise of my dad was unique and so precious because he made all his career. So he had all these videos, on my time, it's VHS. It
Mm-hmm.
was very rare. It was
Same for me.
underground. Yeah, because you didn't have YouTube, you didn't have the internet or all
No.
access to everything. You have now, it's really easy to just learn magic, to see magic and try to do your own thing. But at the time, you have to be introduced. So it was the best way because my dad was known worldwide. He has friends very well known, like, Eugene Berger, Max Maven, all the greatest artists.
Yeah.
So he showed me all those artists and it really fed me. So yeah, it's precious. And he was helping me when he saw that I was hooked on magic. He helped me and we worked together separately and after as a duo.
Wow. I definitely are going to get to the double fond.
Right.
But I wanted to talk a little bit about you were in one of my favorite movies. It's a cult classic, Brotherhood of the Wolf, where you were the hand double for Monica Bellucci.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, you got
I
to
see.
tell me about that.
Oh, is
I
it?
love that movie so much.
Really? I'm
Yes.
surprised. It's a very old movie now. But you know what? It was easy because I met Christopher Gans, the director, Christopher Gans, and he told me I need someone who is in front of her. I don't know how you say that. When where the lady she has a table where she puts makeups and I don't know how do you call
Yes.
that? There is a little desk for ladies. I don't know how you
Yes.
call.
Vanity. It's
Oh,
called a
okay.
vanity.
A vanity, thank you.
Hmm.
So she's in front of a vanity and she is taking tarot cards and turn them like this. And I need someone who has nice gestures. So I was thinking that a lady in magic can fit this purpose. I say, sure. And I add some magic, just, for the beginners. I don't know if you know that, but a double lift, which is one of
Hmm.
the basic techniques, sleight of hand in card magic.
Yes.
And it was cool because, it was fitting the purpose because she's a witch, kind of. So it was good that the card changes in front of the vanity thing. And after I turned some pages because he wanted to do that in a very, not sexy way, but in a very, I don't know what way. So
Hmm.
I've done that. And I never met Monica Bellucci. I am the stunt double for the hands, only the hands. Sorry, but that's fine.
Oh man,
Voilà,
that
so it's an experience. That's why I love magic so much. It's one of the reasons is that you can do so many different things
yeah,
related to magic.
that's wild.
It's
Okay,
endless,
it
endless.
really is. Um, yeah, I just that movie was so good for some reason, and that it just such a good movie. Um, it
Mm,
so, okay, now we're gonna switch to another thing.
sure.
What was it like to win the Mandrake door?
It's not
And
J'adore, Dior.
yeah, could you pronounce it for me? So I love to get things pronounced correctly.
Sure. So J'adore Dior is the fashion
Mm-hmm.
brand, but the Mandrake d'Or, it's the
D'or.
golden Mandrake.
Mandrake
D'Or is
d'or.
golden.
Okay.
Mandrake d'Or.
Okay. So okay. It's like a little Oscar, like
Absolutely.
with the top hat and the cape.
It, voila, it's a bit copied on the
I love that
Oscar.
though.
Exactly. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, he's a Mandrake is a fiction character. He's a magician. So it was in a way ringing a bell to have kind of the Oscar Mandrake door. And it was, that's a great feeling. It's a while ago now because it was in 2001, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
And we earned it, my dad and I, as a duo. So it was, great.
That's
The
so cool.
great recognition for our work.
Yeah, I mean, you're blazing all sorts of trails. You're also the first French woman to fool Penn and Teller. That
Wow.
was great.
Ah, thank you.
That was great.
That
And that
was an experience. I was so stressed for that.
yeah, and that was one of the that was a little bit ago. I'm trying to remember.
To 2018.
2018. Okay, so it wasn't that long ago. To me, everything's blending together so quickly. It's that was a great trick, and that is actually isn't that trick? That's a commercial trick now. If you wanted to learn that trick, you could
Yes.
buy it. So a
It's cards
little
and bags.
fancy bag, which I love. It got me. I thought it was great. So
Thank you very much. It's my dad's trick that he has invented that 40 years ago, and he has fooled a lot of professional with that principle because it's a brand new principle. And again, it's not a trick; it's a principle.
mm,
So that's why it fooled Penn and Teller because it's brand new. You
okay.
know the basic principle, but it was a double principle. I can't say much,
Yeah,
but
no,
you get the idea.
we don't expose tricks on this show because if people want it, they should do what I do and I buy it. Yeah,
Exactly. So cards in bags.
cards and bags. So if you're looking for cards and bags, it is good. It's a fooler. I'm going to look into it. I, but other than that, do you have any other favorite tricks? I remember you said something about wild card. I watched a little bit of a documentary you were in.
Yeah,
You
lost
talked about
in
wild
the
card.
shuffle.
And that was you can also see that on your YouTube page, the part where you're in it, and that trick is
Sean.
fantastic too.
Yeah, it's a movie with Sean Farquhar, made with John Arnoy. John Arnois. I don't know how you pronounce it. And it's a beautiful movie about magic, but it's not about magic tricks. Some of the greatest people, and I am so still surprised today to be part of that movie. It's
No,
unbelievable.
don't have
Yeah.
imposter syndrome. You
No, no,
belong
no,
with
no,
you
no. That's
belong there with
that's
them.
no, no, no. That's amazing. So Juan Tamariz is over there. Michael
Yes.
Vincent. I mean, I went with Sean Farquhar, with Richard Turner. It's mind blowing. And those people are talking about magic, about their view about magic and their favorite trick. And yes, one of my favorite trick is the wild card because it allows you so many possibilities. But that's the great thing about card magic is that it's really endless. But I love cards, but I love, gypsy thread. I love
Mm.
rope magic. But yeah, sure. As a daughter of a cardician, I'm addicted to cards. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
So
you've probably
yeah,
gone through a few decks in your day.
I have some, yeah, sure. But the ambitious cards
Mm.
plot is, it's if you have some beginners listening to us, it's great because you can do with just a few techniques, you can do amazing effects. But the thing is that you need to work to practice. And if you think that even if you buy in a magic shop, that's the good thing about magic shop. You can buy very easy tricks, but even the easiest trick, you need to work, practice, to think about the script you're going to tell because what is more boring than a card trick than another card trick? I love card tricks, but when a magician come to me and just show me a trick, a puzzle, this is not magic for me. I want to dream. I want to be engaged in a story because that's what we need as human beings. You are telling me a story. I am telling you mine. When you go to the theater, you see stories with actors. When you go to see a theater, a play, you go and see a story. When you go and see a stand-up comedian, again, you have some stories. So we need stories. And magicians are not excused because they are doing magic not to tell any stories. We must tell something and bring the spectator in our voyage, in our trip, in our mindset. That's a must.
Wow. That's absolutely, that's brilliant. I couldn't have said it better myself.
No, but that's not brilliant. I think it's math, kind of math, because if you want to make people dream, if you want to bring them in your world, in your universe, in your way of thinking, you have to give. Because if you want to receive anything, smile, applause, sharing, you have to share your feelings with them. So sharing your feeling with them, the best way to do it is to just tell a story. Any story can be true, can be fake, or based on a true thing. You're not obliged to say 100% true and genuine thing, but you need to tell something interesting that can appeal to them. That's why I speak so much in my shows about childhood, because we were once children, but we have forgotten that. And that's great with magic, is that you can bring that little sparkle in the back of the brain or in the eye and say, oh yeah, I used to have fun doing this or doing that. I have such a bunch. I'm working on, for instance, how do you call this? When you were at school, I mean, when I was at school, I was doing that small size, but let me show you. You know this?
Oh yeah, what I forgot what those are called, but we did them all the time. Yeah.
But there is a name, and that's, if as soon as I show you that, it will bring you back
Yep.
some memories. And
Yep.
we are here also for that as magicians, because we are kind of medicine artists. We have to make them forget how difficult the word ill is, especially now, but it has always been like that. So we have a task, we have a responsibility. I think that we have to make them dream, tell stories, be sincere. I have so many magicians. I can see so many magicians they just learn, they learn their script. I am in the middle of a new show, so I have pages of things. I'm learning my script. But if you're not sincere in what you are saying, in what you are sharing, go to Target and sell. Be behind the cashier and just do nothing, because we are human beings. We need to have true feelings. That's why it moved me so much when I go to see Meryl Streep, Robert De Niro, Brad Pitt, or Josh Clooney. Even in the most craziest movie, they are sincere. They have worked their craft.
Yeah. That does bring me up to what I thought a really great thing that you've said is you said that the most important thing to a magician can be is curious. And can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Oh, ouais,
I
but
love
yeah,
that.
sure. Thank you. But I think it's the basic quality you should have in life, not in magic, in life. Because if you're not curious, why would you read another book? Why would you meet new person? Why? You have to be curious in life in general. It will bring you food to just be able to share with others. What is better than a good meal shared with friends? One glass of wine, not too many because it's not good for health, but a glass of wine, a good meal, and just sharing a moment of sincerity, of just chatting. That's great. And that's what we want when we go to see a show, when you go and see a musical. You can go alone, but you rarely go alone. You want to share that moment with someone close to you, a friend, a sibling, a family member, whoever. So, being curious is if you are self-centered only with what you love, you will, like a flower, you will just fade away because you can't. I have a hard time with my English because I
No,
try to find my
you're
words.
doing great.
Ah, thank you. But
You know more English words than a lot of people I know. So don't worry
you're
about
sweet.
that.
Thank you. It's like putting water in a flower. For me, curiosity is that. It's
Oh.
life. Because you have to open to, that's the great thing about Instagram, for instance. It's great because you can scroll, never ending. The
Yeah.
bad, of course, the drawback of it is that you're
Yeah.
becoming, just impersonal. You don't see anything. But there are so many great things. You are sharing things very interesting. So it has to be done in very small doses because otherwise you get just uh, uh, a zombie. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, being curious is the basic thing for a magician, of course, because how are you going to tell stories if you don't know anything about literature, paintings, museums? I don't know. I'm looking, your children, you can talk about your children. It's never ending. You can talk about anything and putting into words with a magic trick. So that's the strength about magic is that not only we can tell stories, like in the theaters, but also we can have, like in movies, we can do some special effects, but real live. So that's wow. That's why, AI won't hurt us at all because we will still always, we will need some live interaction. So
Yeah.
that's great being a magician or an artist in general because we can just make movies, but in real. Wow,
Yeah.
that's powerful.
Yeah. That is amazing. I do want to talk about Le Double Fond. It is the oldest Magic Cafe theater in France.
Yeah, it has opened in 1988. My dad was, when close-up magic was not fashionable, he believed again so much in his craft that he said, okay, there is none. Let's open one. But his bank, the bank guy behind his counter said, no, I can't give you money because, it doesn't exist. And he said, but that's why I should do it because it doesn't
Yeah.
exist. He
Yeah.
showed him a magic trick and then he lent him some money to buy the double fond. But it, that's so weird because this is exactly why you should have one because there were none at the time.
Yeah.
But
And
thanks.
so um and from there you use that to also make videos that you sell, and you also have a website, correct, that you do magic training.
Yeah, we have a
um
platform. It's a double fond TV.
yes.
And we have more than 3,000 videos. We have more than
Wow.
50 artists, French, American, Argentinian, from all over the world. And it's a memory of magic, kind of, because we have some archives and it's the
I love that.
continuity of the school we have. So, yeah, the platform is really important. And my dad is putting hundreds of tricks over there because
Love it.
it's very important to have this memory
And
alive.
that's actually why I'm doing a podcast. I want to time capsule what is magic like now, because who knows, in 30 years it may be completely different, and I just want to know what is it like. And if any, so it's brilliant that you're putting that on tape for people to be able to subscribe to
Yeah.
and use, and that's fantastic.
Exactly, and that's important to have close-up magic, kids magic, balloon. How do you say balloon? What's the
Balloon twisting.
Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
skirting
Balloon
balloon.
art. Yeah.
Yeah, we have coins, we have rope, so we have so many
It's
different
amazing.
artists over there, and it's important because you can't have everything, of course, obviously, but it's a beginning at least.
Yeah. What do you think the future of magic looks like, especially for women in the art of magic?
Like we have chatted earlier. I think it will grow and grow and grow. For we are talking right now, as we are talking, FISM, the convention I was talking to you earlier, is held in Italy, in Torino,
Yes.
right
Yeah.
now. And there were two women on stage, Calista and Leah Kyle.
Mhm.
Both of them had a standing ovation. The more we will see women on the stage, the more we will have women on stage. But the
Yeah.
thing is that people And people like Benjamin Barnes, who has held the IBM convention twice, is putting more women available in full sight, in full light, because there are women in magic. But the thing is that nobody books them. So how can you know? How can you see? How can you inspire if you don't book any women? So I'm just talking to the bookers, to the guys who held festivals, who held events, book more women, because it's a virtual circle, that it would be, it's again, it's math. The more we will see ladies on stage, the more we will inspire small girls,
Yes.
little girls. And when at the Double Fond, when they come to see me and they say, wow, you are the first lady in magic I see, I'm so happy, because maybe a little seed is planted, and maybe it will make something, a flower of magic. So yeah,
And that
that's
will be the
important.
next person that invents the best trick or the next big thing. I mean, and that's how it works.
Yeah, but magic, like dance, like music, like art, painting, writing, literature, and so on, will never end, because we need that. It's a basic human being need. So that's great. So the more we will be, the more it will be flourishing and interesting, because we can do the same trick, both of us, but we will do another interpretation. We won't tell the same thing with the same trick. So there is room for everybody, especially women, and that's what we need. So yeah, and Calista with her act, I've coached her for the act, and she has done a standing ovation. She's talking about the life of a woman, from a old lady going back to young, married, having children, and going back to the old days. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. I really appreciate it. It means so much.
Really, but I'm happy to speak to you. I'm always happy when people wants to talk about this beautiful art of magic, and when we are in a way sharing the same passion, because okay, you can be passionate with dentistry, I can be passionate with magic, but there is no problem. The common thing we have is passion.
Yeah.
And we are very lucky, because you have so many people who are gray in their mind, gray, like not happy, not having a passion, don't know what to do with their lives. We are very lucky to share that. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have
And
different paths, but we are
and I,
still connecting in a way.
this is the gateway drug of
It's
magic
perfect
podcast.
for me, because I think that we should, all of us, I mean magician, we should be beginners, because when we start thinking that we are professionals, that is where we begin to suck,
Ah.
because we think that we have the cure for cancer and that we are above everybody. But this is not the case. Come on, we are just magicians.
I mean, we can all learn tricks, but like learning why and philosophies and talking, it's just great. So,
Yeah, and it is not taught, unfortunately.
mm,
But it is as important. My dad has a great way of thinking about this, is that when you begin magic, it's 90% of technique and 10% of script, because you just say what you just describe what you're showing. But it's becoming, after 90% of interpretation, script, expression yourself, and 10% technique, because the technique, after a while, you're mastering it. It's the same thing over and over again. You just have to work in a way. But what is your character? What do you want to say? What do you want to share with the audience? That's very difficult to just aim it.
absolutely.
Mm.
Well, Alexandra Duvivier, I really appreciate you coming and talking with us today. We can not only can we see you perform at Les Double Fond. Are you still perform quite a bit
Well, every week.
every week? And
Many times, many nights a week, sure, at the Double Fond. And I will be in Chicago if everything is fine. I will be in Chicago in the Rhapsody Theater,
ooh,
this beautiful theater, pretty recent now, but has
Yeah.
a lot of many great artists are working there, like David Williamson, Rob Zabriskie, Carissa Hendricks, Lucy Darling. I mean,
Yeah.
many artists are working over there. So I will be there in February, March
Oh,
of
amazing.
2026. Yes.
Okay.
So maybe we can meet in person.
Yeah, I've been planning to go to, I have relatives in Chicago, so I've been meaning to go out there and
Perfect.
meet Ben Barnes in person and go, and then,
Yes.
yeah, I definitely need to go to the Rhapsody as well. So, all right.
Yeah, and
Well,
the Magic Lounge is amazing. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful. You
so
have
I
to
can't
go
wait.
there.
And someday I will perform there too. That I give you my word on that one.
That's a goal. That's a great goal. That's nice. That's
Yep,
good to have goals.
absolutely. Again, thank you so much.
Much, Todd. It's a pleasure. Really, it's a pleasure being with all of you, with you especially. Thank you very
That
much.
was, the pleasure's all mine. Thank you and have a wonderful day.